It is a lovely morning here in the Alaska bush, and Joe and I have been busy with a few different things. Well, one of them is getting some new firewood. All the stuff under the tarp is a year old, and then got a new stack of logs that we're adding to it. So not a whole lot. We decided we probably needed to go out about 4 times this spring. The woodshed, not quite half empty. So getting ready to head out this morning, do a little vlogging. You guys all know the drill. We have a whole playlist set up for all the years we've gone out and got firewood. Every year's fun. Every year we try to do a little something special for the vlog with different shots and have fun doing it and setting it to music. So we're off. We'll do it again. All right, so every year, pretty much the same thing. We cruise up and down our trail. We get pretty picky. Some years we're looking for trees that are really big at the butt, but then go up and don't taper at all. That way you've got a really symmetrical, cylindrical shape all the way up, and they don't taper like a pyramid, because a lot of these black spruce do. And it just makes for more work and less firewood. So if we can get picky and find trees that we really like, that helps a lot. We just cruise up and down the trail, and we're kind of looking at these tops. And, you know, there's only so much you can do from the trail, but then you see one. I'll show you the one I like. I think it's that guy. Yeah, that guy there. Way taller than most around it. Really a good standard size all the way up. It doesn't taper a whole bunch. And, as you can tell, been dead for a few years and not a whole lot of branches left. So that's kind of cool. Saves us some gas. Saves a lot of time. We can load up a sled. That one tree will load up a sled. So good news on that one. I'm going to get it cut. Joe's putting slowly down the trail, and he'll catch up with me. I'll go in selfie mode, see if I can video me falling this thing. There's my tree. Can't quite get the top of it there, but let's see what happens. Here we go. I hope it's still videoing. I'm so far away from the tree because with just a little bit of breeze, and I wasn't sure which way that tree was leaning, figured I would just stay out of the way, park way out of the way, and figure the rest out later. Anyways, let's go take a look at this thing. It's a little rotten in the bottom, which is always a little dangerous when you're following it, so I found which way it was leaning and just went with that. All right, look at the way the butt end, post hole in this morning, all the way up past my knees. Never really got cold and crusted up last night, so we're kind of punching through. But you can see the way the bottom of this just kind of popped out, kind of punky in there. So we'll have to cut some of that out. Might not be worth hauling home, but pretty good sized tree, plenty of good usable firewood in there, and we'll get to limit it and bucket it into manageable sized pieces. All right, I got it all limbed up, and over here Joe seems to be having some equipment malfunction. This is just his way of getting out of work.
That's my recoil starter. And this ain't good. Just came all the way out and this unspun. That means
Means you're out for the day. Shoot. Alright, well.
I might have some tools with me, we'll see.
I'll start cutting this into length, and maybe this will be the only tree we get this morning. Wing ding 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 ding. Joe's little side project. Look at this. Building a nice new box for the Bearcat. But like, you know, you got to hold it down with bungee cords or duct tape, or what have you done, Joe?
Well, I was going to say the fancy part is not the box. It's just literally a wood box. But I welded up a little rack here that fits right into the rail system for the Bearcat. So literally, I pull 4 pins, pop the box off, and it's good to go. We can put the 2-up seat back on here, or pull the 2-up seat, put the box back on.
Nice work. All right, back to work. Time to measure. Looks like Joe's got his machine running. His chainsaw. His machine. Not snowmobile. Snowmobile's working fine. Check this tree out. So once we're done cutting this up, really want to go after that guy there with no bark on it. Right there. When they've been dead a while, they're really nice and dry and they start losing their bark. That makes for some real good firewood. So we're gonna go that way next. And with Joe's chainsaw running, should be able to get it done in pretty good time. Hopefully that works, whatever he did to fix it. Don't have a whole lot of opportunities to video getting firewood this year because we're only gonna go out like 3 or 4 times. And that's already been done, so we figured we better break out the camera. Been taking a break from videoing just to get things done quicker and get caught up on some stuff. So here we go. Let's see what Joe can do with his chainsaw now that it's running. Woo!
I can't shut it off. I won't get it started again. I had one chance.
That's not how it's supposed to look.
Oh. No, but at least this thing runs great. It's just my recoil starter that I'm having issues with.
All right. I got this thing notched. Go ahead and cut it. Hey, go ahead and disconnect them and now roll them.
Do you want to fight or no?
No. All right, since Joe's chainsaw is not going to start back up, we're gonna do this a little differently. After he's done cutting that into 6-foot sections, we're just going to have him just go right for that other tree. So I'll video him doing that. What we're doing here is Joe cuts through, and then I spin them, and I look for the branches that have been buried in the snow, like these guys. They're there and there, and then we can limb those up. I have in the past not watched that a whole section of tree wasn't limbed up right, and I threw it, and a big limb sticking out just about 8 inches was enough to catch the back of my knee, and that was really painful. I fell, and you know, it was not a very pretty sight. So we want to make sure all of these are limbed so they don't rip our fingers, rip our hands, catch a leg, puncture a boot, any number of things. So I'm gonna yell at Joe real quick, see if he wants to follow that tree right toward me, and we'll try and catch it on film. I'm not exactly sure what he's doing. He's wanting to get that snapped off tree out of his way, maybe. Not going to be very exciting to watch this one fall, that's for sure.
Timber!
You almost hit me. The wind is coming out of the north, making it a little harder. There we go. All right. All right, we're gonna call that. It's kind of a small load, but it'll fill the sleds. They just won't be like mounded up very high. So got a small deck here and the big rounds behind Joe. So come back after it's all loaded, see how full we actually got it. All right, the things we should catch on video, but we don't. Just a big old dip in the snow off to the right, and as Joe was pulling out half of his...
Do you want me to give you the full story?
Sure.
I'll break it down for you. All right, see the sleds right here? One otter sled is a single, one otter sled is a double. The Bearcat normally pulls the doubles, obviously a heavier load. We had them hooked up opposite, and without thinking about it, we were loading up the single super heavy for the Bearcat and the double super light. It was stupid. So we're like, let's get out to this opening and we'll just swap sleds. Well, the stupid thing was we had the single loaded super heavy, like I said. So I was like, well, we'll pull out. I had this single.
It was stacked up like yay high.
And back to what Zach was saying, there's a big old dip over there. And as soon as I went through it, half the load fell off. Which we kind of knew was going to happen because we didn't strap it in. We weren't ready to go. And so now we...
And then I got stuck.
Well, then as we were swapping, that's it. Zach was trying to back up the sled, got stuck.
I said, I don't know what I'm doing. And Joe goes, this is the stuff we should get on film.
This is the stuff. And we didn't.
And we didn't. But we just, it's, you had to been there.
And an inside joke. So at least we're laughing about it.
Oh my goodness.
We're almost loaded up and we're ready to head out.
Nice. Good Lord.
Get that on video.
Got it.
See, look at, watch this hole. Are you ready?
I'm on. You just, what the? I look like a kid at the pool. Okay, so here we go. My trailer looks like that. Joe's will end up with a few extra rounds in it. And the other otter sled looks like this. So, pretty good load for 2 trees.
Bramante Brothers.